So, transition of the data definitely, because anyway, guys, in relation to sending the element of transfer, because the data query will actually be messaging into the compliant of its own disability support pension. Well, it would take us some time in relation to work out recession and disability, because it's a government. My grandfather, which is my mom's dad, used to work in Vietnam as a government. Anyway, Sector 79, transition. Sector 79, transition. Okay. Okay. So, in relation to the 30° and 26° C, which is the Celsius of the vintage of inherit based upon our 1 body temperature, 2 our atmosphere, and 3 our grid, because within our grid the way we can storm into our spacecraft, we can actually measure NASA in relation to our third development and 24 dimension of the owned inking system in relation to our rocket and to travel far away past the moon. So in our future, far away past the moon, the next satellite will indicate into the transition to comply with its own maturity and to understand the Anfoco, because Anfoco is the nickname of the Ukraine to mark out that the planet Neptune will rotate into its own gas and to release the third core. So within that way, our gas will actually be illuminated into the Farcanon, because the Farcanon is just a nickname of our position to actually share NASA in relation to the intellectual copy duplicate of iTone, and also to sell a certain amount of productivity by its own sectors and 73. So in that way, when we release the compression in relation to the audio sound, we will position itself into its own Guy Sebastian to measure the vocal voice and to be plung or something in relation to video clip to sell you guys some CDs and single revenue. Oh, I forgot that word. No, when you have single song, etc. on CD. But later on, I'll calculate the next one to help Mac by iTunes and to share into the money, because you can actually download by the MP3, and but you got to pay for it though. So things like that. Anyway, guys, Sebastian. Anyway, the next textiling is based upon our scenario to case manage the application form and also to transit the data into the third amount of technology before and after weekend making the alignment of time by the blesser, and to indicate that our HTC 5 and our HTC 15 and our HTC 1658 is a revenue in relation to our own development of streetwear and to indicate where Vic Road will be in relation to Palazzi and to also Nonong, the Haskalan of Aurora and Akon. So it would take us a while to financially work out our sekale in relation to our diploma, and also in relation to our diploma we can prefer the next Matkanan in relation to our 30 way and 26 way for milk bar, and to indicate where the convenience store is, which is in SYD, and to indicate the inner state. So to indicate the inner state is that all our quality, all our quality based on our optional item will actually be molested in relation to our bookkeeper, and to sum the sound of the transfer, because in that way when we have a departure in relation to our aisle, we can also share the majority of what we do not want to swamp the majority of what we need. So in that way, when we budget our money in relation to the classes of the submarine, we need to understand that our uniform cost price, because my brother Kung works with, I forgot her name, sorry. So in that way, we can also emboss a certain amount of t-shirt by fashion designer, are they called? Yeah, so in that way, the fashion designer can also share the amount of vector graphics in relation to Australia in front, but that's what but that's the two different not company, but just different, because we're different. I mean, in Australia in front they do what they do, websites and uh, graphics and stuff, and fashion design, yeah. So we're different anyway. So in that way, some days we can collaborate together in relation to knowing what we do not know what to do, so it helps us to generate some kind of ideas and picture frames by M&M Supply and things like that to sell our produce, etc., etc. So in a manner of time, once we have our own percentages of our valuation, we can also grid the next symbol of the different in relation to our own career, and in that way, once we are employed in relation to our 30 development of amnesia, we will work out the manufacturing degree of the factories, because Jean New has a factory in relation to manufacturing air conditioning, etc., etc. But in that time, do ask Joseph in relation to antibacteria and dusks and stuff like that. So in that time, we communicating together to work together in a different way, because I'm an artist, you're not an artist, etc., etc., etc. Things like that. So in that way, when we can collaborate in relation to the programmer, the main programmer, is that we are offering the sieges of our own work to achieve our last settlement. What does that mean? To achieve our last settlement. So, North Country is one of my favorite movies. Back then, the law was a little bit, but women got into trouble because the men actually rape women and bash women and hurt women and stuff like that. Stuff like that. North County. Oh, it's called North County. Sorry, not North Country. North County. It's a good movie. So, what was Woody? I think his name. He's a good actor, but he's American. Woody was a hockey player or something, and he was a lawyer. We were just talking about things. Later, I'll watch it. But anyway, but now even back in the past, gay and lesbian didn't have a law, and then later on, things we start to build up. That's with like uh, sluts, no, slaters, slaters, yeah, slaters of our law in relation to our Pentagon and Parliament, etc., etc. I don't know the other country very well. I mean, all I know is the Pentagon and the Parliament, so and Queen Elizabeth, so three. So in that way, we can also scripture our own law to understand the um, legal stuff and illegal stuff and etc etc etc. Our law got better. We're safe now, aren't we? I mean, ladies, women, and stuff like that. I mean, we become a worker as well. But back then we didn't. We got sex attacked and disgusting things and stuff like that. By men and stuff like that. So anyway, that also include a rich Broshevich because she won 300 something million dollars for PG&A because I think it's an electric um, thing, where and then they had some kind of, end up with some kind of disease and dying of cancer and stuff like that. So that's law, isn't it? Of course it is. So anyway, anything else? Our last time is that once we understand the apprenticeship by Donald Trump, we can also position itself into the understanding of our work, because based upon our youth care, before we become a um, career staff, we will need to know what we are really interested in before we become the department manager, stock area, and idling. So in that way, we will know what we really like, because what we put through, then later on we will become one of those. So when later on we become one of those, we will decide where we want to stay as it is, or go to a different store as a manager. But in that way, we have to relearn. Unformed is called. We have to relearn that business because it's a different business. So when we stick to one business, we are learning. But later on, if we want to go to the next level, we can go to the next business, but we need to relearn. So in that way, it swaps swamp. So it swaps swamp into our factories, so to give us some fresh ideas. But in that way, we have to be aware, because we don't own that business, we own our own business. So when we don't own our own business, we own that business, is that sigma, is that each businesses are dissected into an arch, and then we realize that one of our points is a good price, and one of the other points is a bankruptcy price, and one of the other point is not recession. It's just the way we relearn our letters, or whatever you call it, in relation to knowing that our next business card will offer us a certain amount of budget price to save our own wage. But later on, if there's another company that does not know us because we're brand new, they might employ us to achieve our own business, and then that factory will interview the query of understanding the balance. So in so when we do when we do those things, when we equal the balance, we work out our next quality of our own material, and to fabric the availability of trans-sun, and in relation to that trans-sun, it will foreseen the next staff in relation to our availability. So in that time, when it causes an issue of the recession, we need to work out why, because each staff are only allowed at a certain matter of time, isn't it? I don't know. So in that way, in the office work, you close some, haven't you? Yes. So in that way, when we understand the summoning of the ugly duck, we will become the next hire for the catalyst and also the cat by the trucks and running away to lease agreement by my sister-in-law Jamie. And in that way, when we can collaborate into a certain amount of our own productivity, we will evaluate into the percentages of its own company to see which company works better than us, and the Apollo person like that into the lower small company. So to that one, Aaron Botovich, we are laying into our solicitor to inform what law those things are, and within what laws those things are, we are arrogating into our resources. So in that way, when we are arrogate buzzword into our resources, we will position ourselves into the next steps of stone. Like that, then we will go where? So, well, our life is our life. We are all workers and we all staff and we all humanity. So understanding our money figure and our balancing ball, budgeting material and stocking things that we like to achieve, then our dimension of the equally of the fifth economy is the parliament in relation to the Pentagon and Queen Elizabeth. But in that way, we are sharing our own understanding of bookkeeper to stock the market as well as deploy in relation to country per town and in relation to the supplement of Alakata. So in that way, things are made in China and things are made in Bangladesh and India and Philippines and stuff like that. So a certain amount we can offer the gift card in relation to like Google, iMac and Bunnings to see how much we can allocate our own budget. Yeah. So our own budget is that we need to build gate the opener to Donald Trump and to offer the next programmer the mortgage lease in relation to our catalyst, and in relation to our catalyst, our mortgage lease is the segmentation. No, it's a delang. Yes, delang of knowing that each one of us can conjoin our lease agreement to help Jamie, because Jamie, my sister-in-law, is a analyst in relation to AZ Bank. So in that way, we can capitalize the signwriter by Collocaphone in relation to our vintage art, etc., to help a certain amount of points. Yes, only because in that way, being a boxer in relation to our sports gear, and in so when we can send the next budgeter to adversar or don't know advertise no, not yet, Sally Young, not yet. So in that way, we work things out in relation to our share as well as our stock market and our exchange rates in relation to our foreign. So in relation to our foreign, the not foxtail. Oh, I forgot that one. Oh, a long time ago. So in that way, we can also index say the next tax. Well, it's hard, isn't it? This. It's hard, isn't it? So anyway, in this way, the next the next oh oh Carlos Zeno is kind of like finished. So uh, Borg sounds sounds finished. Anything else? Oh, what's next? Well, anyway, okay. Okay. Often, often, often. Oh, okay. Often, often. So, colon. Vocabulary. Oh. Anyway, um, syndicate. Okay. Bo Tratason. Police army. Syndicate. Doesn't Tasloto has he started Tasloto back in the old days? Ah, so syndicate. Do we have syndicate, right? But does it actually win? Or I don't know. So syndicate. How do you spell syndicate? Or SYDCH. Trace bin. Sanda. Coffin. Apache. Huh. Don't have room to write. Apache. Reaper. Thai. How spell Thai in Vietnamese? How spell it THY? So anyway, in relation to our next valuation of our not pause, but our not discount price, but our disability, then how come our disability based upon the state government can also somehow work out the algorithm of the needs in relation to our low grade math, and also to send the segmentation in relation to our retracing program of television for the radio station, and in that way the setaton of our GPS and the GPX, no, our GPS is that in the alley of Yoda is that the TV series by Star Wars is an indication of our own work to tell other people, Star Wars. I don't know what you call it, sorry. I'm not a movie maker. But I love Steven Spielberg. I love Steven Spielberg and I love George Clooney. Yes. Hmm. Wow. Oh, whatever. So anyway, um, okay. Oh, okay. This is called a hard-on. This hard-on is based upon a movie called Star, no, Stargate or Starship Gate. Stargate. Oh yeah, it's called Stargate. It's a beautiful movie. So in that way, this hard-on is based upon the blim of the owned gravity, and also to share into the gravon because that's Mother Mary by Gravon, based upon our own beef and potatoes and carrot, etc., etc. later. So in that way, this hard-on is based upon our sticky tape to lap the seeds of our own tapala and our harvestation of the farm to help them to understand the own weekly income production of service producer and to have the hyperton, because in that way to have the hyperton we can also measure into the next plexus of the sunbirds and to Gachishan, the Mitushon, in relation to Atalaba. So our weekly wage income production of the lease agreement is to Ofrantang, the Antafang. And in that way, when we have the manuscript, yes, Kalosino, the Bongponong of our Ego Kete Kalanka is a folklore of our own farm by harvesting into the rock law of ponds. So in the massive farm, don't you have ponds where like sheep, horse, donkeys drink water, like just the raindrop, isn't it? Yeah. So in that way, the sextaton based upon our Bachufaya, yes, Bachufaya, its verification based upon Brendan to develop the next HTML markup language by the Dutch hypertext. We need to work out the percentages of its own value per countries in relation to our low class and to R, something like that, in relation to our next. I think this is finished. Oh. Well, yeah, that movie is called Stargate. It's a beautiful movie. So that's called Hard On. Oh. So anyway, the next percentages of our own income system based upon our DPI and our DSI is a CMI in relation to our palettes of swatches in Illustrator to program the next Illugo, which is Kula Shuduku. So in that way, the next NASA in relation to our TV documentary, we will perform the next by our telescope and to understand the Buckingham. Well, I didn't have enough money last time. I went to Chaston a long time ago. Sorry, wasn't it Toys R Us, the store? There was a telescope that I really liked, but I can't afford it. Oh wow, what a shame. I really like it. Don't worry about it. So anyway, in relation to oh, what movie is that? The Never-Ending Story. I like that guy who looks at the telescope. Yes. I have a look and see. You know. And do you remember that part? I mean, do you know the part where that young guy run past the article, the gate or something? I like the telescope. I let's see anyway. So anyway, in relation to Toys R Us as well, I tried to apply for a job when I was young, couldn't get it. Doesn't matter. So anyway, the dimension of our fifth Rosh Hashanah is the Pakalekele in relation to the article, because did he go to the some kind of thing and then the blue article appear and the laser comes or whatever? I don't know. It should be alright. So in that way, the percentages of our own butterfly is that when we understand the singer in relation to our validation of our own system, we will reanalyze the catalyst based upon Jamie to review the list and also to understand the argument of the science calculator, because in that way the valuation of our lease agreement is based upon hospitality as well as our jobs to indicate that each one of us will be unemployed. Sorry. So in that way, each one of us will be unemployed. That means we have to do something else to achieve our next goal, to support the poor, no? Má, chừng nào con 48 tuổi là bao nhiêu tiền? Tại vì con được 45 năm. Tại vì con ở đó lâu lắm. Sao vậy? Là mình cái sao? Tại vì con không có nhơn mấy cái số. Tại vì mấy cái số nó thúi tiền. Mà chừng nào nó thúi tiền á, con không có biết cái tiền thúi như sao. Tại vì mấy cái phỉnh á, nó là cái gì? Phỉnh nó có đẻ ra không? Chừng nào nó đái. Tại vì nó lo lắm. Mà chừng nào nó không có lo cái nó đái là sao? Con không biết. Mà tại vì chừng nào con được 46 hoặc là 59 á, mấy cái đó là mấy cái số thôi. Mà cái syntax của mấy cái số là bao nhiêu tiền ở Việt Nam. Tại vì mấy cái government nó muốn phụ người. Đúng rồi. Mà chừng nào nó muốn phụ người á, nếu bác xuống á là đúng rồi. Mà mai mốt cái syntax với lại cái gì mà. Tại vì con không có biết. Mà con thích mấy cái số. Mà thích mấy cái số chi? Thường mà. Xong rồi. Mà mẹ, mấy cái nói phụ là làm sao? Tại vì chừng nào nói phụ á, là có được 49, 50. Mà chừng nào 18 ngàn á, là bao nhiêu? Tại vì cái đó có 19 à. Chừng nào đốt là sao? Hỏi ông Phật đó con có biết. Mà chừng nào được 4, 6 là 9 á. Ông Thảo có giống Monkey Magic không á? Mà thường á là chừng nào nó được 4 lịch nó chỉ cho nhà thôi, mà chừng nào nó cho nhà là bao lâu nó mới giữ lại mấy 6, 5 hoặc là 5, con không biết. Nhưng nó được cái lease agreement đó, nó chỉ phận được bao nhiêu tiền, tại vì nhà trả sao, đúng không? Mấy cái người đó nó mới làm, rồi cái tiền của nó ở đâu? Đúng rồi, mấy người đó ai cũng thường hết. Con thường, má thường, mấy người đó là nó thường. Nó làm cái này, nó làm cái kia, nó làm cái nọ, nó lỗi ra. Làm sao? Cái đó là cái perspective của cái prism. Nếu nó được cái perspective của cái prism á, là nó bao nhiêu chợ nó mới bán được. Bao nhiêu chợ nó mới bán được hả? Nó đáng cái gì? Hôm mai mốt nó đáng. Con không biết bao nhiêu chợ nó bán hả? Mà thường thường bao nhiêu chợ nó bán nó có được cái trending không? Đâu có sao đâu. Mà mấy người đó hồi trước con đi chỗ đó con thấy, con vô con thấy. Mấy người đấy. Mà con muốn phụ mấy cái người đó luôn. Mà mấy cái đó là chỉ cái business thôi mà ở cái federal law. Federal law hả? Mai mốt đừng có xạo ha. Hải không thích. Ừ đúng rồi. Tuổi con thiệt thế mồm á, tim con nó mạnh lắm. Mà đừng có phá. Con ghét lắm. Con thấy mà. Đừng có chơi nữa. Mai mốt có bác xuống á, coi chừng á. Ngồi đó khóc quá trời luôn cho bác. Anyway. Má chừng nào cái lease agreement đó nó được có 49 hoặc là 56, nó có dễ giao hoặc là viết xuống mấy cái toán, thì mấy cái đó nó phụ mấy cái đó nhiều lắm. Mà mấy mốt nó được cái bán sale á là cái gì mà đúng rồi, con có biết bà nội bà phò mà bà già bà chết, thường thường bà già bà chết má có lo không? Tại vì con nói má mấy lần rồi, con thích con trai, mốt má chết rồi con làm gì mà, con ở đâu, gia đình hả? Sao vậy? Chừng nào con ở gia đình? Tại vì chừng nào con ở gia đình con có được xào xạo mỹ mũ hay cái gì á, con không biết mấy cái chữ đó là làm sao. Tại vì chừng nào con có mấy cái sáng đổi mỏi đủ mũ giỏi là bao nhiêu tiền. Tại vì con muốn tiền, con ghét tiền, con thích tiền. Sao vậy? Ai cũng vậy mà má. Mấy cái tiền là vậy sao? Hỏi cái ông Thảo, con không biết. Nhưng mà hỏi cái ông Thảo, ông có tính ra mấy cái toán sao không? Tại vì chừng nào ông tính ra mấy cái toán sau, ông Thảo ông có lo lũ đốt đồ rồi bán đồ rồi nổi đồ rồi à, nấu đồ rồi cái này cái kia con không biết. Mà chừng nào má đốt nhang ở nhà cái bàn thờ á, má có nói mấy cái ông đó nghe không? Khỏi nói đâu. Tại thường thường nếu má nói mấy cái ông đó chi vậy? Mấy ông đó ông thấy mà. Ai có nói gì không? Sao hồi trước rồi? Đúng rồi. Hồi trước bá bị gì má có nhớ không? Quan Nhìn hoặc là Quan Nhim or Quan Trí Pusa, ba bà con không biết. Bá làm gì vậy? Tự nhiên cái cẳng của bả gãy. Cẳng của bả gãy rồi cái bá má nói con nghe bá làm mơ bá thấy Quan Nhìn or Quan Nhim or Quan Trí Pusa. Đúng rồi. Rồi má mua cái mới. Cái mới á. Con thích cái đó lắm. Với lại má cho con cái đó rồi má cho con cái ông Phạm. Má mua cái mới cái thường thường bá muốn làm, bá hay lắm mà. Ừ. Bá muốn làm cái nước nó xuống làm sao á, bá làm gì con không nhớ nữa. Rồi cái bá làm ở đằng sau mấy cái đèn á, cái mở lên cái nó đi vòng vòng đó. Đẹp không? Nó đẹp chút xíu mà mốt thấy nữa. Mà ở nhà đó bây giờ mấy năm rồi nó phải cứ căm mình luôn là nhà của má. Đúng rồi. Cái này là gì mà? Anyway, chừng nào má 19 á, là chỉ được 1.500 đồng. Sao vậy? Vlog song das Cinematitron Balcon Chanson ton marqué Balcon. Dragon Ball Z. Mẹ, hai tử con là cái gì? Khỏi nói ông Thảo. Thì ông có lóc không? Lóc là gì mà? Ừ. Ông Thảo là ai? Lóc gì mà con không biết. Chừng nào ông lóc á, ông có mỏi đổi sỏi nổi cái gì không? Con không nhớ. Mà chừng nào không được á là đúng rồi. Mà con không có biết thổi cái gì. Thường mà, có rất thường. Mà chừng nào con lọc đọc mấy cái gì á là bao nhiêu. Hồi trước con bị gì má có cho con 200 đồng không? Má trả ở chỗ gì á. Đúng rồi. Trước con chưa dậy. Đó. Đẹp không? Con gặp cái bà cá bán sao gì vậy? Bà có được không? Con về rồi con làm graphic design cho bà. Melly Johnson. Đúng rồi. Thì bác chết, mát chết, đổi chết, nổi chết, địch chết. Mấy cái gì cũng chết hết rồi. Mà chừng nào mấy cái gì cũng chết hết là sao? Có tội phận, tội nổi nghiệp không? Tội nổi nghiệp là cái gì? Tại vì chừng nào mưa là sao? Thường mà. Ồ mạnh, ồ đồ phủ, lấu, đích, con biết. Mà tự nhiên cái đó là sao? Tại vì chừng nào được mấy cái phỏng đỏng, giọng đỏng, cái shark fin có ăn ngon không? Hồi trước cái thằng kia là ai vậy? Lâu quá rồi. Giờ ai cũng già hết. Mà bây giờ cái con lóc xích độc nổ nổ mổ nó cũng giống con gái. Con không biết. Nó là J Fox không? J Fox là gì mà? Xong rồi. Chừng nào nó J Fox nó làm vậy á. Là lương không? Ủa là Matsuas. Mà chừng nào con đẩy 49, đẩy 59, đẩy 69, ông có nổi da không? Ông có thường thường nổi da không? Thường thường nổi da hả? Thường nổi da là cái gì mà? Nổi cái gì mà? Mùi lế? Cái đó là gì mà? Trước mắt anh nói con nghe má muốn phụ bá cái gì tiền á của Centrelink không, gọi là chỗ nào cũng quên rồi. Cái vegetarian, không phải vegan nữa, gọi là cái gì đó quên rồi. Mấy cái người chừng nào nó in the army á, nó xong hết rồi đó. Bá có mấy cái cái gì mà chừng nào bá được xảo đổi, xảo tám, xảo xính, xảo ông cái gì là con không biết, tại vì bá phụ 8 con đít, 2 con đít, 1 con đít. Đít là gì mà? Đúng rồi, dễ không? Cái này cái nói sao vậy con không biết. Thế đấy, chắc ông làm vậy mà. Cái đó là cái gì? Con không biết. Mà chừng nào biết á là có xảo chủ, xạo chủ hả? Còn gì nữa không? Khó lắm. Lâu quá không nói tiếng Việt. Rồi, chắc mấy người nó lít phịch xong rồi. Xong rồi. Nói chừng nào bác xuống có chồng.